This is NDTV. And you're watching Ndtv-Hindu.
On the clock, time for headlines now with me, Sai Manish, right here on Ndtv-Hindu, a pop-up show coming your way. Joining me tonight at 8 p.m. will be our executive editor, Sanjay Pinto. He will be joining on the big story of the day. Will Latika Saran manage to hold on to that DGP chair? He'll be joined by the counsel of Mr. Natraj, who's the director of the Fire and Rescue Services. Mr. N.S. Nandakumar will be joining us. Also joining us on the big rally for Sonia Gandhi tomorrow in Trichy will be our reporter Peer Mohammed, who joins us live from the new studio at the Hindu. Now, all those stories, all those people coming your way. Before that, let's have a look at the top headlines at this moment. The future of Latika Saran as DGP of Tamil Nadu looks uncertain. Madras High Court says she wasn't appointed according to Supreme Court guidelines. The Congress looks to regain lost territory in Tamil Nadu. Sonia Gandhi in Trichy tomorrow to kick off the Congress's Dravidian challenge. Just a day before Sonia Gandhi lands in Jaya territory, Amma hints at alliance offers. Congress says no.
The DPA in the state alliance is in coordination with the UP alliance.
Even as the Congress's GK Vasan snubs Jaya, just look who exactly is smirking at her.
She's a dreamer and she dreams a lot.
And Foxconn employees on strike again. Foxconn plays the divide and rule cards, plays the DMK-backed union and the CITU. And if you're planning a holiday, beware, these are the scenes that are going to meet you on your way to Ooty or Kannur. Details of all those top stories coming your way. Before that, let's have a look at what else is making headlines in India and rest of the world. CBI tells the Supreme Court it needs 6 months to investigate the 2G spectrum scam. Till then, the PM cannot sanction any prosecution. It's life imprisonment till death for the convicted cab driver Shiv Kumar in the Pratibha Murthy rape and murder case.
My house is just like a jail. Avanige janagalaru idare alli. Companions. Nanige yaru idare aa maneli.
It's raining gold for India at the Commonwealth Games today. 20 gold medals. Wrestlers and shooters do India proud. An overnight drama in Goa. The BJP says the Congress is keeping MLAs captive inside a hotel. And Hungary's toxic red sludge spill reaches the river Danube. Fears of cross Europe pollution from this sludge. The biggest story of the day, a big question mark over the future of Tamil Nadu's Director General of Police, Latika Saran, whose seniority, or rather the lack of it, may see her off the top post very, very soon. To talk about and analyze this development, which has set the police department buzzing, is going to be NDTV-Hindu's executive editor Sanjay Pinto. Joining him will be the lawyer of our Natraj, who is, of course, the aggrieved party here. Mr. N.S. Nandakumar will be joining us live in our studio. Also joining him on the phone line will be the former DGP of Tamil Nadu, Mr. V. Vaikunth. It's over to Sanjay. Sanjay, long back we saw scenes of how Natraj, as the senior, handed over the post of commissioner to the police. To his junior then, Latika Saran. Tables seem to have turned, Sanjay?
Yes, indeed. In a sense, Manish, it's a setback to the government of Tamil Nadu, of course, but will the monsoon winds actually sweep Ms. Latika Saran off that chair, and will Mr. Natraj fire his way into the DGP's office to get control of Mike 1? He may have lost out in the Central Administrative Tribunal, but he has won this battle in the Madras High Court. The Madras High Court saying very clearly that Ms. Latika Saran can remain in the DGP's post only till the 30th of next month, and by the 26th of this month, the Tamil Nadu government should send to the centre a list of names, a panel of names eligible for appointment, senior most officers eligible for appointment as the DGP of Tamil Nadu, because Mr. Natraj, the court has held, has been overlooked. His seniority has been sidelined. Peer Mohammed was at the Madras High Court and has filed this story.
58-year-old Latika Saran became the first woman police chief of Tamil Nadu in January this year. But not everyone was happy. The Director General of the State Fire and Rescue Services, R. Natraj, challenged the appointment. Both officers share the same rank, but Natraj in his petition said his seniority was overlooked.
Setback to the state government in the sense, government High Court judgment said you have not followed at the Supreme Court judgment.
The State Advocate General, in his response, told the court Latika Saran was found to be the most competent officer for the job, and another reputed senior officer, Vijay Kumar, stayed away. But the case saw a major shift when Vijay Kumar told the court he was very much in the race.
This is a very important decision because they want to insulate this very high office of Director General of Police from political pressures of the local government.
Latika Saran was only the 7th in the lineup for the top job, and the court has now asked the Tamil Nadu government to provide a list of all the officers who qualify for it. With Peer Mohammed in Chennai, Jay Santosh for NDTV-Hindu.
And that's our big question tonight. Who will actually be catapulted now to the DGP's chair? The top police post in Tamil Nadu. Joining us is Mr. N.S. Nandakumar, counsel for Mr. R. Nataraj, who's won that legal battle. Congratulations, sir, for winning that battle. Also joining me on the phone line will be Mr. V. Vaikunt, the former DGP of Tamil Nadu. In fact, we must also make the point that we did ask representatives of the IPS Association of Tamil Nadu, but all of them decided to play it safe for obvious reasons. Mr. Nandakumar, to you, sir, first. The Tamil Nadu government, in its counter affidavit, even the Madras High Court, had made it clear that the DGP's post is not a promotional post but a selection post, that Mr. Nataraj, your client, was considered in the first place but was not selected, and the government preferred to opt for Ms. Latika Saran, who they feel has a better track record. How would you respond to this?
That stand has been not put forward at the time of argument for obvious reasons. The first question that has been decided is the process of selection, whether it has been complied with according to the Supreme Court judgment. High Court clearly said you have not followed the process of selection of the DGP. Next question alone is the comparative merits. Comparative merit theory does not arise for consideration in the judgment.
All right, for the benefit of our viewers, in the bureaucracy, as someone, I've been following the bureaucracy very closely for a couple of decades.
Yes.
Now here in this particular case, when Ms. Latika Saran was appointed as DGP, in fact, Mr. KP Jain was rather unceremoniously removed a day after that incident in Tirunelveli where a police officer was hacked to death as a minister's convoy stood there and watched. He was unceremoniously removed. He went on long leave. Ms. Saran was thinking, at that point, who were the senior most IPS officers in Tamil Nadu? Because I have a list here. I mean, it was also Mr. R. Nataraj's 1975 batch. The crux of the matter, for my, as far as I can see it, sir, is that 1975 batch had three officers at that point: Mr. R. Nataraj, Mr. Vijay Kumar, and Mr. N. Balachandran. Mr. N. Balachandran, yes, in fact, retired. He was the first. He retired. So Mr. Nataraj and Mr. Vijay Kumar. Also, Mr. Vijay Kumar had said that the government said that he was not interested, or at least implied that he was not interested, because he had gone on deputation to the National Police Academy in Hyderabad, and of course now we know is now heading the CRPF, a very coveted post there. So that left Ms. Latika Saran also there in that race. And they say they have considered Mr. Nataraj's case, but opted out. And we all know, sir, that at the end of the day, DGPs, chief secretaries, top bureaucratic posts are decided by the party in power.
In order to ensure the political influence, see that there should not be any political influence, Supreme Court has positively laid down the guidelines how a DGP should be, a head of the police force should be selected.
All right.
That is laid down as a law by the Supreme Court.
What is that precisely, sir?
Precisely is the Director General of the state should be selected among the three senior most officers of the category of DGP.
Who are those senior most officers?
Also on 8-1, Mr. Jain went on leave he filed an application, just 1 minute is required. He gave an application for leave on 7/1/2010. That application was processed by the Home Secretary, Department of Home Secretary on 8-1. On 8-1 evening, or say in the night briefing, a communication was sent saying that Mrs. Srimati Latika Saran IPS was transferred and posted as DGP in the place of.
All right. Let me also.
Mr. Jain returned to the post on 29. After leave, 34 he is retiring from the service. Therefore, on 29, if the Latika Saran that is the government stand is taken as a correct, there cannot be two DGPs on 34 in the state.
All right, that's a technical aspect here. Let me also bring in somebody who's been in the force, Mr. V. Vaikunt, who served Tamil Nadu as the police chief, as the DGP. Sir, welcome to Headlines Now. Welcome to this debate, sir.
Thank you, Sanjay.
Sir, I want to ask you, as somebody who's headed the force now, are we witnessing, as a keen observer also of the bureaucracy, is this now getting personal, sir? At one level, this is what the public would want to know. Because I'll tell you why, sir. Because in the run-up to the assembly elections, Mr. Natraj, who was police commissioner, had given an interview to Deccan Chronicle newspaper on International Women's Day, saying that Ms. Jayalalitha he considered was the most ideal woman. And then, of course, the DMK complained to the election commission. The matter went to court. Mr. Natraj was removed for alleged bias, and Ms. Latika Saran took over the reins of the Chennai Police Commissionerate from him. Is this now coming full circle, sir? In the run-up to the Lok Sabha, in fact, the assembly elections in a few months from now, Mr. Natraj now making a bid for the DGP's post because he says he's been sidelined. So is this at one level a personality battle, sir?
No, I think we are mixing up the issues. You see, there is not. It's all governed by. I tell you, it's all governed by the All India Services Act and rules. And number 1, 2 is the guidelines given by the courts from various on various occasions. Number 2. Number 3 is we have to keep in mind that it is a selection post. And another thing is, if the rulings by the MHA means Ministry of Home Affairs, which is a cadre authority for IPS officers. It's all very clear that, first M. Balachandran was there was some problem, so he was not promoted. Later he was promoted, he retired within a month. Now, among the 3, first Natraj was there, and then Vijay Kumar, and then Latika Saran. Now, the point is whether when Natraj has been superseded. It is not, because once he has been given the protection in pay and rank, he is of the rank of a DG already, and the pay has been given.
All right, let me bounce this off to Mr. Nandakumar, the counsel for Mr. Natraj. He says that's an important point there, that he was considered. This is a selection, as I asked you at the outset. This is a selection post, not a promotional post. They're all DGs, but one gets the cadre post here. Mr. Natraj is not, in any way not been jeopardized. His interests have not been jeopardized because he is drawing the same salary. His pay and allowances remain the same. He was considered for the post, but the DMK government chose Ms. Latika Saran from that panel of names. And also the DMK, which complained of that Mr. Natraj was biased earlier, obviously insiders say cannot be expected to bring in somebody whom they complained against earlier as to head the police force.
So far as that concept is given go by the concept of equal pay, therefore one one person having another, it can be transferred and posted is given a go by after this Prakash Singh's judgment in 2006. It was originally a judgment laid down by the Supreme Court in Rayappa's case in 1974.
So, but then effectively now what will happen now? The government, the Tamil Nadu government is digging its heels in, seems to be backing Ms. Latika Saran as DGP. Obviously, they can file an appeal in the Supreme Court, vacate this, have this order stayed. Secondly, if they are to comply with the order, they will have to send a fresh panel of names. Now, ironically, in the fresh panel of names, Ms. Latika Saran will be there in the first 3, the top 3. So again, they can reselect. The process of reselection can be kick-started, and they can technically still select Ms. Latika Saran, right? So this will only be of academic interest then.
Academic. The law laid down by the Supreme Court gives a yardstick, range of service, and the record of service, range of experience. All those parameters are there. That in the basis of the parameters, then a select committee will select. Select committee means who are the select committee, that has to be notified. All those things are there. Then yesterday, for instance, Srimati Latika Saran has been given a covertless post on the heading that is transfer and posted. That is on the equal cadre theory.
All right, again we are splitting hairs and weighing feathers.
Yes, equal cadre theory. Equal cadre theory is not applicable now. It is a unitary post.
All right. Also, Mr. Vaikunth, the Supreme Court has also said that a DGP should have a minimum tenure of 2 years. Is that correct? 2 years. Mr. Natraj is due to actually retire in 2011. Actually, in a few months from now, he actually goes with the government.
That is also there. But
so which means if Mr. Natraj gets the post now, he will also automatically, going by the Supreme Court order, get an extension of service.
No, that is for the state government to decide. Now, initially, the two years tenure relates to only to central, government posts, CBI, IB, and RA chief. See, that is not the point. The point at issue is, according to the Supreme Court guidelines. In fact, I remember Vijay Kumar has also filed in his affidavit saying that, though he was on deputation,
yes, he said that he was also interested. He never said that he was not interested in the post.
And asked whether he would like to come back to state or the government of India would have to be approached for releasing him. But that is a different issue. Now, after the court's direction, they may form a committee and go to this. Latika will still be there, and even if Vijay Kumar is now approached and the government of India may not release him because he is already in a important
CRPF.
post. He has been posted there.
So, but as somebody who knows, the legality aside, sir, the legality aside, as somebody who has been the head of the police force in the Tamil Nadu, what do you feel, sir? Now, if the government digs its heels in, if the government wants Ms. Latika Saran to remain as DGP, now technically, if the three names, she will figure in this ultimate list of three senior most officers. So, if the government wants to, even if they abide by the High Court order without filing an appeal in the Supreme Court, Ms. Latika Saran, who is eligible for selection again, the government, it's open to the government to select her again, sir?
Yeah, it will go on. It will not disturb her position.
Right.
Nothing is going to come out of it.
So, nothing is going to come out of it, Mr. Vaikunth says. So, as I asked you, it's only for academic interest.
It is begging the question. See, when the legal process is being considered, the question of practically is holding the post of
Natraj, have you contested? Have you contested on facts that Mr. Natraj, when they say that she was selected over Mr. Natraj and Mr. Vijay Kumar and the others, will you contest that in court? That about the track record of officers?
Yes, that is why the High Court has specifically stated at this juncture we are not going to consider the merits and demerits of the officer who is holding the post of DGP. Therefore, they set aside the order of the Latika Saran on the ground. You can't consider it as a selection. You can't consider it as an appointment to a head of the police force.
All right.
That is the crux.
All right.
They said, because every aspect of the Supreme Court judgment is not followed.
Okay.
Because the process started from the leave application.
All right.
On 8.
Okay.
That is the crux of the matter.
All right.
Not the niceties of the legalities. Practical aspect is going to hold the post till 7/12. Last date given by the High Court is on 7/12. The appointment must be made. 10/12/2006.
All right, we're getting into too many specifics. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us. Thank you very much for joining us on the big question. Manish, but clearly, anybody who's followed the Tamil Nadu police closely here will tell you that both are outstanding officers, Ms. Latika Saran and Mr. Natraj. And what can we say? May the best person get the post.
That's right, Sanjay. Thanks a lot, Executive Editor Sanjay Pinto there, along with the entire panel on the big question, of course, the tussle for the big spot. Both officers of high caliber, both who have taken challenges as IPS officers. Really needs to be seen now how exactly will this play out in the Tamil Nadu Police Department. Time for us to slip into a very short break, but up on the other side, Sonia Gandhi braces up for the Congress's biggest Dravidian challenge. That's coming up next. Stay with us.